All right, it's a new week at Big Head Small Cap where we are on the emotional mend. Still, I wouldn't say we are totally recovered from last week. That was really tough, but I think we are on the emotional mend, starting to think a little bit more clearly. We're not doing well today, but we are a little bit okay with it. So, ACMR is getting crushed. We're now down on that name. Really should have sold out at 30, but we were wanting for 32, which was a mistake, but so be it. Um, Crescendo is down pretty big as well. So these are the two big names in my space. Gigacloud down, basically trading flat. Perion is slightly up, which is nice. It's nice to have a little bit of an up name today. But all in all, not particularly good. Let's look at what we got. So since this is 27.81, 27.81, that's 560, and this is 22.10. So we're down on the day meaningfully. We've only made 7,000 this month, and we got 27 more to go, which of course is way down where we were, right? But we're just rolling with it. The questions I'm kind of asking myself really today are crescendo. I'm not worried about ACMR. It's a great name. Semiconductors are down. Like if we go to the interesting list and we look at days change, we've got quick here also. So, obviously mine's down the most, but quick is also down. So I'm not going to get too upset about it. If it keeps going down, I'll get more. But the name that, like I'm saying, is confusing me is crescendo. And I'm trying to think of ranges, right? We've been trading the ranges all this time and we've done it successfully and we've been happy about it. But after an earnings call, you have to reset the ranges because there's a new reality. There's a new set of earnings out that people can interpret however they want. Now, here's when the earnings call came out. It was, right here. We were in the low fives. It traded all the way up to, what is that, high 8.8 or 8.7. Came back down, spent a fair amount of time, trade back up to 650, which is when we got out of a lot of ours. So we were happy with that. And now we've come back down to 6, and now we're headed down to 550. So I'm not really sure if 650 is going to be the top of our range, or if 550 is going to be the bottom, which has been historically what it's been, or if we're going to break below 550 and maybe see 5, because like again we said, it's clear somebody was profit taking. So I don't want to be too hasty to get into this. At the same time, 550 seems like a very good price. But so we're just going to watch it a little bit. So let's go back to our watch list. Same thing. Let's look at AMD. The market as a whole is slightly down today, not nearly as much as ACMR, but let's look at ACMR because it's a good name. There's no reason for me to worry about it. There's no reason for me to fret. Right now, I have a portfolio I think that is reasonably safe. So we spent a lot of time in 30. Where were the earnings call? We had a huge jump up. Here's the earnings call. Huge jump up. Most of the time, honestly, at 30, sometime at 34. I was waiting for 34. I think that's a huge mistake. Obviously, you could hit there if the market runs, but it's not, look, it's traded down to here. We had a little time at 32, and then now we're all the way back down to 28. That's when we bought it, back up to 32, now headed back to 28. So I don't know. Actually, I think we're slightly below 28 today. Yeah, below 28. So I don't know. 28 to 30 seems like a reasonable range at the moment, market adjusted. So assuming the market doesn't do anything wacky. So I think that's probably where we should play it. Unfortunately, we're in kind of in the high end of the range on some of these. But like I said, I'm feeling like these are good names. Gigacloud, I almost bought at 35 today. I totally calmed myself. I was like, no, stick to your guns. I'm glad I did. It's 33. And Perion is 22, slightly up. Last week, of course, we lost some money in Perion. So basically, we're down in most of our names. But then the market's down, so I'm not going to kill myself about it. And this is a strong cash flower. So if we look at Perion, and we do research, and let's go to, do we want earnings, or let's do fundamentals. Let's go to income statement. Yeah, they've got the fourth quarter there. I mean, look, they're making really solid earnings per share. On an annualized basis, what is that? Let's do annual 23 earnings per share, $2.50. I mean, we're below 10 times earnings. The market as a whole trades at something like 22 times earnings. So this is a safe name. This is not something I need to freak out and worry about one way or another. So I'm going to hold it and probably be a little picky about the price range I traded in, but I'm not going to freak out about it. So watch list, back to very interesting. Yeah. So that's it. That's kind of sit and watch for a while. Let's see where Crescendo goes. I could see buying Crescendo at $5.25. I'm in at $6. I could see buying at $5.25. I don't see buying AMCR until it gets to like 24 or something again. I'm in at 28 and a little at 30. Or 31. That buy was a mistake. Gigacloud, I do have dry powder, right? Like if we look at how much I'm allocated, I'm basically just one times. I haven't used any margin. So yeah, that's where we are. So let's just sit, hold tight, and hopefully the stocks will break one way or another, and we'll have an opportunity to get in and then ride it back up. But that's what we're the tune of the day, or if you will, the next several weeks, is detecting ranges, trying to figure out where these stocks are going to be comfortable trading. After everything is sorted out post earnings, and then let's see what Gigacloud does. See if Gigacloud gives us an opportunity to buy in. Given that earnings is on Thursday, I would only buy into Gigacloud if it got really aggressively low. So that's what we're thinking. That's what we're doing. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully the market will turn in our direction. But right now it's kind of like our names are suffering. The market's not doing a ton. So I think we're sort of in a holding pattern. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. All right, guys. This just happened. I wanted to update everybody. I don't know how to read this at all. 30 years ago, this would have scared the crap out of me. Probably it still should. Gigacloud says it's going to announce its fourth quarter earnings. And here's the kicker. It's going to release it before the market opens on Friday and have a conference call the following Monday. That's super duper atypical for the following reasons. One is almost nobody releases earnings on on Friday. That never happens because it's the lightest day. If you say your earnings announcement is going to come Friday after market close, you just don't trade that stock. You don't play in that stock at all because they're clearly just trying to get their earnings call, if you will, swept under the rug. Now, this is sort of bifurcated because it's putting its results out on Friday before market opens, so it'll have the whole market, but then the earnings call isn't until the following Monday, which I've never even freaking heard of. So here's what I'm saying. if I am inclined for one reason or another to buy into Gigacloud this week, and it does, and I'm stuck in the stock and it does poorly at earnings call, everybody needs to just say, I told you so. I told you so. I'm ignoring a relatively clear red flag here. Nothing you can bank on. Actually, I had a company announce after market on Friday when I was an analyst 30 years ago, and it being phenomenal numbers. So it can go anyway. It's not predetermined, but it is a negative sign. So anyway, this is just bizarre. I figured I'd update people on it. The fact it is bizarre, and I don't know how to interpret it. But for now, I'm still staying clear. Talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, let's do the market close. Not a great day, not horrible. I'm not overly upset. Actually, I did get a little bit of a pick me up emotionally by the fact that Perion is now up as a trade. I've just been feeling like I'm the worst ever since Amalax. And then ACMR dropped from 30 all the way down to 28. So I just wasn't feeling good. So the fact that Perion picked back up was a real positive. Crescendo bad day, but I'm not really worried about Crescendo. Again, I'm trying to find ranges post earnings. So I'm fine with it dropping down. It's not horrible, not great, but whatever. The big news was Gigacloud, which was down 10%. Again, I told you why. That's just crazy that they did that. So we'll see how that trades, but I don't think I'll play in this until after the earnings call. Listen, my son is in it. I hope it does great. But it's just I think a little too scary for me. Let's see what interesting happened. Gigacloud the worst, Crescendo, geez, the two worst performers were mine. That's a bit of, actually the three worst performers on my list are mine. That's tough. All right, let's see. On the good side, at least Perion is a third top performer, so that's nice. But still, generally not a great day. But Semiconductors did bad across the board, so I'm not going to beat myself up about ACMR. I'm very comfortable it will come back. If it goes back above 30, I will sell it out and then hope it hits 32 and then drops 28 again. I don't know. I'm going to spend more time in cash this cycle. And so I'm just sort of sitting and waiting, but no big deal. Nothing I'm going to beat myself up too much about. So that's it. That's the day. Let's see what happens tomorrow, and hopefully, again, ACMR will go back up, and Crescendo can have a good day, and we'll see. Hopefully, they'll all go up, and we can get back into money-making territory. I am up 10 this month. I still got 24 to go. It's very doable. It's not a slam dunk, but it's very doable. Let's see if we get to 30 here, 30 here. Back to 650 here, and 23.40 is where I've decided I'd sell that. I still don't make it all, but let's see. That'd be a good, I'm going to try to be disciplined and not just buy stocks to be in the market. I want to try to buy them more when I see an opportunity. So that's that. Keep our fingers crossed. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Talk to you guys then. Bye.